That's far enough. Hold it right there. I got dynamite planted underneath this whole street. You're bluffing, Earp. We want Curly Bill. Turn him loose, Earp. Now, you men listen and listen good. I'm not turning my prisoner over to you. Any man that makes a rush for this jail is going to get hurt. Now, don't try it. Earp's bluffing. Move on.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
Marshal Wyatt Earp had dealt with Curly Bill Brocious many times when that notorious gunman had visited Dodge City. Although he robbed and rustled cattle and was a brutal thug to whom murder was routine, in leisure hours he could be good-natured. So on the day when Curly decided to celebrate his birthday in Tombstone, Wyatt didn't know whether the day would result in fun-making or trouble.
I seen that, Doc. You put that back. Man plays checkers with you needs 4 eyeballs. Howdy, Chief.
Howdy. Wyatt isn't back yet?
No, sir, he ain't.
Quiet. I'm studying the next move.
I'm sorry to interrupt your game, Doc, but the entire Clanton outfit just rode into town.
In the middle of the week?
It seems that it's Curly Bill Brocious' birthday. They're overflowing the Birdcage and the Oriental.
Brocious never had any birthday. He wasn't born. He was hatched out of a rattlesnake's egg.
Trouble, Doc. I hope that's Wyatt coming now.
Howdy.
Hello, Wyatt.
Mr. Gibbs, you and Doc go check out the Clantons.
Now, don't touch this board. I got Gibbs and 3 more moves. You ought to play a little more checkers, Deacon. It might arouse the killer fever.
Yeah, well, that's just what I don't want today. Keep Doc from fighting.
All we're after is a head count on the Clantons and an idea of what they're up to.
All right, Chief.
Just a minute, Fred.
Well, it's going to take all of us, you know.
Yeah, I know that, but I'd like to talk to you a minute. Sit down, would you? Well, I've been kind of wanting to caution you for a long time.
Caution me? About what?
Well, sir, I know it's not my place to tell you how to be a peace officer. You've been at it a lot longer than I have, but... Well, you worry me, Fred. It just never occurs to you that a hoodlum could start shooting.
Now, what man would want to shoot me?
Well, a fella does things when he's drunk that he wouldn't do when he's sober.
Yeah, I know that. But I don't take any chances.
Oh, yes, you do, Fred. You sure do. You're too brave for your own good. Now, it's going to be rough today. There's going to be a lot of Clantons in town wanting to whoop it up. We know that. If they get mean about it, we put them in jail.
Well, that's what we always do.
I know that. But you take your life in your hands every time you try to talk a cowboy out of fighting.
I have to do my work in my own way, Wyatt. What would you have me do?
Just don't argue with him so long. You know, you can only be wrong once in this game.
That's right. Thanks, Wyatt. You're a good friend. I'll be careful.
Curly, it's your birthday!
Happy birthday, Curly!
Come on, Curly!
Come on in, Doc. Freeze prayer.
Those boys are setting them up for Curly. I came to pay my respects to the gentleman.
How old are you, Curly?
I don't know and I don't care.
How do you know it's your birthday?
Johnny Ringo says it's my birthday. You gonna argue with Ringo? Hello, Doc. Howdy, Doc. Hearing me. Old man Clanton's really buying, but we ain't told him yet.
Thank you, Curly. I consider it an honor to congratulate one of the world's most likable scamps on his natal day.
Did you hear that, boys? Doc and me's had our differences, but he comes around on my birthday. Good old Doc. Give him a glass. Here you are, Doc.
Thank you. Your birthday, sir.
Put it down there.
Not bad?
Not bad, he says. That bourbon's 15 years old.
Grows on you.
Tell me, Curly, do you have the whole celebration planned?
We sure have. We're going to stay here for a while, ain't we, boys? We're going to shoot up Allen Street. Now we're all going to the dance hall.
Got any better ideas, Doc? No, I'd say that's perfect. Happy birthday, my dear Brocious.
Parties are starting, Doc.
I'll be back. Save me some of that aged nectar.
Sure will. Hey, Buster, keep a bottle of this just for Doc, huh?
Hey, Curly, you're always cussing Doc Holliday. You hate him.
Oh, forget it. Doc's all right. Step up, boys. Come on, Ethan. It's my birthday. Hey, Jimmy. Come on, have a drink. Jimmy. He's 15 years old.
How about a beer, huh?
When you gonna lock us up, Marshal?
It's getting stale. Stale? You think so?
Yeah, I thought you said we were going to shoot up Allen Street.
Let's get out of here. Oh, that's right. Get the gun. Yeah, let's get quiet! You heard him. Quiet. I'm Curly Bill, and this is my birthday. We got to celebrate good. All right, let's get your gun.
You can hear as good as I can, Ben. You're supposed to be the sheriff of this county. You going to do anything about those guns out there?
Fred, you're giving too much importance to a little noise and fun-making.
Maybe that I am. But we both know that guns and liquor are a bad mixture. I aim to do what my job calls for. Do you?
You don't have to do anything. They'll go home after a while. Nothing will happen.
Then you won't help me disarm them?
No. And you're an old fool if you think you can take guns away from the Clanton boys. Go to bed and shut your ears.
You're a puny excuse for a sheriff, Ben. I'll return this favor someday. Good evening, Curly.
Fred White, good old Fred. Have a drink.
No, thanks. Better let me have your gun, Curly.
Gun? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to shoot up Brazil, Fred.
Not on your birthday.
Birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Shoot up the jail tomorrow, Curly.
Tomorrow? All right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Let me have your gun. I'll keep it for you. Your gun, Curly. I'll take it.
All right.
I'll take it.
How bad is it, Fred?
Stomach.
Get him over to Dr. Goodfellow. If he's not there, find him.
You two, lend a hand.
All right, get off the street. Rack your guns. There's been enough shooting for one day. Go on, move.
Oh, you're blessed up. Come on, Curly, it's your birthday. Breaking up a good party.
What happened? Who shot old Fred?
You did.
Me? No, I didn't. I didn't mean to.
I saw it. I know you didn't mean to. You're going to jail anyway.
All right.
Fred. Fred. Do you think that Brocious meant to shoot you?
No. I asked for his gun. He took it out of the holster. I was afraid he might change his mind. I grabbed the barrel and yanked it. I made the gun fire.
That's exactly the way I saw it happen. Fred, would you try and sign this now? Right here. Has he got any chance?
What? The whole town's a ganging up to hang Curly Bill if Fred don't make it.
Dr. Goodfellow, I'm going to have to leave. You run over and talk to Dick Gerd. Tell him I want some dynamite. About 200 feet of fuse.
Got an idea, Wyatt?
You know, I aim to plant dynamite underneath Allen Street in a circle around the jail.
You think it's gonna get that bad?
Well, I hope it doesn't, but I want to be prepared if it does. Go ahead.
Of course, if they should try to rush the jail, you only play it to scare them, right, Wyatt? Might seem too impertinent of me, but when are you going to start killing?
Never, I hope.
The last words of a tender-hearted church deacon.
But I...
Table. Come on. Pick up the lantern. Come on, get on down there in a hurry, and I'll hand you the dynamite.
Well, let me get this here lantern lit. I ain't got the eyes of a bat, you know.
Well, you never have any trouble seeing a silver dollar at 100 feet. Here. The dynamite. There's the first line. You got it?
Yep.
Run it down.
Boys, it's all over. Now listen, you men. Fred White was our friend. He was the best man this town ever had. Brocious murdered him. We ain't wasting time on a trial.
You're right, Corky. He doesn't deserve a trial.
Hook it up.
Fred White's gone. With the Clantons in jail and the mob on its way, why don't you let nature take its course?
Curly didn't mean to shoot Mr. White. The rest of the Clantons were only drunk and disorderly.
There ain't one of them who doesn't deserve to hang for some reason.
Don't tempt me. Give me that line, will you?
That mob's almost here. What are you doing about it?
The best I can, Mr. Clanton. Did you leave your horse out front?
Well, sure.
Move him around back.
I'm coming in with the rest of my men. That mob can't hang Curly Bill and leave this town standing.
We'll stop him, Mr. Clanton. Mr. Gibbs?
When you hear me fire a shot, you let off the first blast.
Get on out there, Wyatt. I can hear them a tramping towards us.
That's far enough. Hold it right there. I got dynamite planted underneath this whole street. You're bluffing, Earp. We want Curly Bill.
Turn him loose, Earp.
Now, you men listen and listen good. I'm not turning my prisoner over to you. Any man that makes a rush for this jail is going to get hurt. Now, don't try it. Earp's bluffing. Move up. Get the next one ready, Mr. Gibbs. Now, Corky, I'm going to give you and your men 5 seconds to get out of here. The next one's going to go off right underneath your feet.
They had enough. Come on up, Mr. Gibbs.
All right, what about Curly Bill and the rest of my men?
Brocious is going to have to stand trial. The rest of your men will be released in the morning.
Oh, you're going to hang Curly, but legal, is that it?
I'm going to try and save him if I can, Mr. Clinton.
Oh, sure, you're going to save him. Well, don't bother. I'll save him myself. I'll tree this town and burn it to the ground.
Mr. Clanton, you just treed yourself. Get his guns. Mr. Gibbs, open up that door. Now, you think you can intimidate the law? Well, I'm going to give you a nice, cool spot that you can think about it, Mr. Clanton. Get in.
And I'm letting my boys whack you on
Lovely performance, Wyatt. But I would have been more pleased if you'd killed him. However, this is a good start. Now, after Curly Bill is hanged.
That won't happen if I can help it.
What? He killed Fred White. Shooting at a star isn't allowed. Up to now.
No matter what they said, I didn't mean to shoot Fred White.
Mr. Brocious, your gun was pointed directly at Mr. White, at extremely close range, and then it was discharged. Now, do you expect this court to believe that you, an expert with guns, did not deliberately fire that gun?
I don't know how it happened. I'm telling the truth. Marshal White asked me for my gun. I was giving it to him.
Barrel first?
I don't know. I was handing it over, and he grabbed at it, and it went off.
And that's all you can tell us.
I was drunk. I really don't know how it happened. I'm telling the truth.
Well, fortunately, we have a witness who was not drunk. That's all, Mr. Brocious. Step down. Marshal Earp, will you take the stand, please?
Yes.
Marshal, you saw the shooting. Would you present your testimony, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. White asked Mr. Brocious for his gun. Mr. Brocious drew his gun, but before he had a chance to hand it over properly, Mr. White grabbed the barrel. The gun was accidentally discharged. Mr. Brocious did not intend to kill Mr. Fred White.
I fail to see how the gun could have fired unless it was cocked. And if it was cocked, Curly Bill must have intended to use it.
Not necessarily, sir.
Mr. Earp, I too have some knowledge of firearms. I realize that accidents can happen, but a gun cannot be fired unless it's cocked.
Well, if Your Honor will permit, I would like to demonstrate how it happened.
Please do.
Now, this is Mr. Brocious' gun. Your Honor, I have here some 45 blanks. Your Honor, while you have Colt 45s and know how to use them, we must remember that Curly is a professional gunfighter. Now, how do you cock your 45?
I put the ball of my thumb on the hammer and pull it back.
Like this?
Right.
Well, Curly doesn't do that. All professional gunfighters hook their thumb across the hammer like that. The reason they do that is they don't trust the ball of the thumb. It might slip off and cause a misfire. Now, let's assume that the gun is sitting in the holster like that. Now, when Mr. White asked Curly for the gun, Curly's first move to hand the gun over to Mr. White should have been to grab the grip like that. That is, if he was sober, but Curly was drunk, so he followed habit. He came down top of the gun, thumb went all the way around the hammer like that.
And the gun was on half cock.
Well, no, sir, it was on quarter cock. Now, you yourself never used a half cock unless you're going to spin the cylinder to load or unload.
That's right. But if the gun were on quarter cock and the hammer almost down, how could it have fired accidentally?
Well, sir, I know it sounds far-fetched, but it isn't. If you'll step down here and face me, I'll show you. Now, I'm going to draw the gun the way Curly did. As soon as the gun leaves the holster, you grab the barrel and give it a yank.
I'd better do it slowly.
You ready?
I didn't believe it was possible.
Now, if you were drunk, and your thumb was hooked over the hammer, as Curly's was, you wouldn't be able to react in time to turn the gun loose. We also have to remember that Mr. White was very nervous, and he grabbed the barrel and yanked very fast.
Let's try it again at normal speed. You're right. Curly didn't have time to take his thumb off the hammer.
His cocking the gun was an accident. Mr. Fred White himself caused the gun to fire.
Well, Wyatt, you did a good turn for Tombstone today. Congratulations.
Lay off, will you?
Well, I assure you I will, but not Curly Bill.
I know all about Curly Bill.
Wyatt, why in the name of your tin star did you set him free? Why didn't you keep your mouth shut and let him hang him?
Because I couldn't.
There are times when I can't understand your set of rules. One day you want to clean out the hoodlums, the next you defend a rattlesnake like that and get him off free all by yourself. Why?
Because if I allowed one man to be executed unjustly, even a rattlesnake, I'd have to turn in my star. Doc, even you would despise me.
By God, I would.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt!